Hello and welcome. This is Corey from the BachScholar YouTube channel. I have a very important video for you here. I hope you can stick around and watch this complete video. If you are a subscriber or a viewer of my videos and or are a fan of mine, you need to watch this whole complete video. I have some very important information here, some really good news and some not so good news. So I'm going to go over these things and discuss the future of BachScholar in this rather lengthy video. So get your coffee and tea, sit down, and join me while I discuss the good news and the bad news of BachScholar. I make this video in August 2025. I realized earlier this year that it is the 14th year of BachScholar publishing. You know, the publisher that made the world's leading system of sight reading here, sight reading in harmony. Well, I founded BachScholar Publishing in 2011 in February, and I realized it's 14 years old this year. Now that might not mean anything to you, the number 14, but for anyone who knows about Bach scholarship and the composer Bach knows that 14 is a very important number. So this is not a gimmick. There's a huge sale going on in a couple weeks for BachScholar, and you need to keep your eyes open because the sale will be going on for a few weeks, and it will be a great sale, the biggest sale ever on BachScholar books, such as Sight Reading in Harmony and over 50 other books that I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over a few of my books here that I'm most proud of, that I want to highlight here in this video. But so keep your eyes open for the next couple weeks. There's going to be a huge sale going on all of BachScholar editions material for pianists and students. And also for non-pianists and students, because my newest book here, which I just published a couple weeks ago, is called Tempo and Duration in the Music of Bach. This took me over 30 years to research and write. This book is the most important book that I've ever written. So if I were to die tomorrow and I wanted to be remembered for one book, it would be this book here. It would not be Sight Reading in Harmony. It would be this book. So if you want to support me and make me happy, buy my book, Tempo and Duration in the Music of Bach. This is 30 years of blood, sweat, and tears. It rhymes. 30 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, so there's a big, huge sale coming up on BachScholar books. So keep that in mind, and so you watch for the sale coming up. So let me go over some of these books I'm really proud of. You know, sometimes I get emails from people asking me questions about my book. And of course, I know they're referring to Sight Reading in Harmony, but just to let them know, I'll often say, well, they'll say, ask me a question about my book. And I'll say, well, which book? I have over 50 of them. So I'm just going to rub that in. I'm going to rub it in here in this video that I have over 50 publications. Over 50. I didn't just write Sight Reading in Harmony. Look at all these books. Okay, look at all these. Okay, let's talk about all the books that I have produced in 14, or not all of them, but some of the most crowning achievements of mine, the ones that I am most proud. Okay, so let's start with beginners. So I have a whole line of beginners books, or less advanced, I guess, students. Diabelli, the first 12 studies for piano. This is one of my favorite little collections for beginning level pianists. It's just delightful music. It's just a little thin volume here of 12 pieces. I just love that. There's also Mozart, 24 youthful masterpieces, short pieces from Mozart's early years, nicely edited here with, it looks like fingerings and everything. Wow, fingerings and tempos and tempo indications and articulation. So I love this book. This is great for beginning to intermediate level students here. Mozart, 24 youthful masterpieces. Oh, I just recently published John Dowland, 35 Pieces for Piano Solo arranged from lute. So half of the book features Dowland in its originals. So these are more like less advanced. And then the second half of the book is in more arrangement, sort of like romantic style arrangement. So it's a fascinating book here. John Dowland, 35 Pieces for Piano Solo. Don't forget about my edition of Schumann's Scenes from Childhood, Opus 15. This is actually one of the books I am most proud. I am the most proud of this book here as an editor, because I do honestly believe, I'm not just bragging, I honestly believe this is the finest performance edition of Schumann's Scenes from Childhood available. It's better than the Henley edition. It's better than anybody else. This is the best. It is. Get it now. Goldberg Variations. I also have one of the finest editions of Bach's Goldberg Variations. This is an urtext edition, and I have a nice preface in here where I explain the organizational structure of the Goldberg Variations and the tempo relationships between the variations. And much of that came from here as well. So if you want an updated analysis of the Goldberg Variations, get this book here, and it's almost updated here. I just have a couple little things I have to fix in here since I wrote my most recent book. So I'm very proud of my urtext edition of Bach's Goldberg Variations here. It's just a fantastic manuscript. Look at, it's really easy to read, much easier to read than Henley edition or Peters or anything like that. And don't forget about my Toccata and Fugue in D minor. I have one of the finest arrangements of this. It's now a legendary performance on YouTube. You can listen to it. This right here is every single note I play in that YouTube video right here with the tempo marks here in this edition here. Fingerings. I also have fingerings, so you'll love that too. So those are some of the books I wanted to highlight here in this video of books that for performance and repertoire for beginner to intermediate level students. And then there's also some of my technical material here, which is a complete guide to major and minor scales. I have 3 volumes. BachScholar has 3 volumes of complete guide to major and minor scales. All the scales here from the very beginning up to the very advanced. The advanced book has double note scales in them. And then also, don't forget about a new and improved system of scale fingering. So the complete guide has traditional fingering, the ones we all learn. But I discovered many years ago that the traditional system is really not theoretically the best it can be. So I invented or discovered, I actually discovered a new system of fingering. I didn't invent it. It's actually a discovery, and it has to do with the mirror relationships of the fingering patterns. So I explain here in a new and improved system of scale fingering, I explain how all of the sharp and flat scales relate systematically in a mirror or symmetrical fashion. And then this allows us to figure out the best fingerings for the scales, which, by the way, are different from the traditional fingerings. Some are the same, but some are different. So you'll love this book here. A new and improved system of scale fingering. This is such a great book here. And nobody else in the world has such a thing there. They just take all the traditional fingerings for granted and think that's what they have to play. But you have to think outside the box a little bit sometimes. Now let's look at a few more books here that I am especially proud of here. And it would make me very happy if you considered purchasing these during the sale that's going to come up soon. Okay, so one of my favorite of all books is Bach Meets Ragtime. This is the volume 2 in my series, Bach 4-part chorales arranged. I just absolutely adore this book. I love these so much. Like, if I could just play these all day long. I love these. And then volume 1, of course, Bach Goes Romantic. I love these two also. Great romantic pieces. from Bach chorales, beautiful pieces. But I don't know, for some reason I just love these so much. They're just so unique and beautiful. And then Zez Confrey, 12 novelty piano solos. I grew up playing Zez Confrey on the piano, or I grew up listening to this. My father used to diddle around with Zez Confrey, and I grew up listening to it, and it's been a part of my heritage. So I know Zez Confrey's music very well, and I made this edition here of 12 novelty piano solos from Zez Confrey. I think you will really enjoy that book too. And then going on to some of my original compositions. So many of you know me from being a pedagogue, a teacher, you know, having educational material and arrangements, but you might not be aware that I am also somewhat of a composer of such, and I had a very fruitful period of compositional activity around in 2011 and 2012 in those years, and it produced some very beautiful piano music that I'm sure you will love here. 4 medieval portraits, Opus 2. These are pretty difficult original compositions in a sort of modern, classical, neo-medieval kind of style. You'll love these. You'll love these pieces. Great, great pieces here. Then, my crowning achievement as an original composer, 10 biblical portraits, Opus 3. This is a nice volume of concert music portraying scenes from the Bible. And this book has real sentimental value to me because when I became a Christian, I think officially in 2011, this is what the fruit of that conversion led to. So it's one reason I became a Christian was because I believe God gave me the power to compose, and I composed this, and this is wonderful music. The third movement in here is The Great Flood of Noah. It's a virtuoso piece for virtuosos. So if you're an advanced pianist and you want exciting new piano music that means something, you need 10 biblical portraits. You will absolutely love these pieces. The total duration is about 40 minutes. So this is about a 40-minute cycle of pieces. Not easy, but extremely rewarding to play. I love this so much. One of my favorite books of all time. And then this is a little lighter, Sonatina Rusticana, Opus 4. This is a very thin volume here. I think every movement, all 3 movements are on 2 pages. I got them all on 2 pages here. It's a delightful work and a quasi-classical style, sort of a neoclassical style reminiscent of Beethoven. So it's a really fun piece here. Sonatina Rusticana, also one of my original compositions. If you're wondering where Opus 1 is, well, I haven't published it yet. It's a surprise, but I have a work that, you know, I worked on many years ago and it's not published yet, and I'm going to call that one Opus 1. So right now I only have an Opus 2, 3, and a 4. So anyway, that in a nutshell is what I do here at BachScholar. I make books. I love making books, and I love making teaching materials, and this is what I love to do. This is me. This is Corey. So now, let's head to the bad news and learn more about that. Okay, now for some not terribly great news. I'm not retiring. Okay, if you're thinking that might be the bad news, I'm not retiring. I'm not sick. I don't have a disease of any kind that I know of. I'm as far as I know, I'm in good health. So you're probably wondering what it is. Well, I've been thinking. You know, I began making YouTube videos in 2008. And when I began making YouTube videos, it was mainly a performance channel. I performed. I guess entertained, or whatever you wanted to call it. I performed and entertained, and I put out just dozens and dozens and hundreds of performance videos, all performance, all, you know, just highly perfected videos that all of them took more than one take. I don't think I ever made one video in the first take. I always slaved away and tried to get my most perfect performance with no mistakes, and I was obsessed with being a perfectionist. And so in the early days of my YouTube video making, in 2008 through about maybe 2013, 14, around those years, it was highly, I was just really focused on performing and getting perfectly perfect performances with no mistakes, and it was hard. It was hard work, but it built up my channel, and it was successful for what I wanted to do then. But okay, I founded BachScholar Publishing in 2011, and then around 2017 is when I really, became, I guess, famous, for sight reading and harmony. So 2017 really marked a new era for my company, in that I was not just making piano videos anymore, but I was making books. And I know I brought this on myself because I didn't have to make books, but it's in my innermost being to make books. I mean, I am by nature a scholar and a publisher, and I this is what I love to do. I love, even though it hasn't been, I'll be honest, I'm not a millionaire. I don't make millions of dollars from my books, but I want to build it up. I want to build up BachScholar Publishing. When I had visions of BachScholar Publishing in 2011, I envisioned it to be something like a new, like a new Shermer or something. So I modeled my covers after Shermer with the volume numbers. So I always have volume numbers here, and I wanted to get into sort of streamlining book production and stuff like that. But that takes time. It takes time and it takes energy. And so here I am making YouTube videos, trying to be a perfectionist, trying to put out YouTube videos and impress everyone. And then here I am with my new task of now editing and publishing my own books and all these things that I've showed you in this first part of this video. And then, well, to add to all the confusion, I founded the Well-Rounded Pianist in 2017, mainly to highlight and to provide videos for sight reading and harmony, but also to provide a teaching platform for me. So, so in the beginning, in the early days of YouTube, when I was young and sprightly, I was a performer. I performed piano. I was a pianist. And many of you, even today, consider me to be a pianist, a performer. But I really don't consider myself a pianist. I just don't. Piano doesn't really mean anything to me anymore. Making YouTube videos means nothing. That's the bad news. The bad news is I am curtailing my uploading of videos on the BachScholar channel. And mainly it's going to be the performance videos, the ones of playing pieces from beginning to end in a perfect fashion, and because they're not getting any views. Okay, I upload videos. I spend a lot of time uploading things and they get 100 views. This pisses me off. This really pisses me off. It's just the whole change of YouTube. I waste time making piano videos. So I don't think I'm gonna make any more ragtime videos. No more ragtime videos. It's just, there's no use anymore. I have no use to make ragtime videos. I'm not gonna make any more classical videos either. So what videos am I going to make on my BachScholar YouTube channel? Well, mainly videos that promote my books, that promote books from BachScholar Publishing, and promote my things that I really want to promote, like my theory of tempo and Bach's music that really means much more to me than playing the piano ever did. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be curtailing my uploading of YouTube videos in the form of performance videos, and I am only going to upload material that will edify or advertise for or promote my books, BachScholar books, because this is a business and I care about my business. And if you care about me and supporting me in my business, you will buy my books. So what I really want to do is I want to build up BachScholar Publishing, but I can only do that with your help. So what I'm doing is I'm curtailing activity with making videos that wastes a lot of my time and they get no views anyway. And I'm going to use that time more productively to produce more books and better books, and maybe make second edition of books. Like I have some books I want to sort of redo and make second editions of, and be really creative in the publishing area. This is really what I want to do. I don't want to be a pianist. I'm not a pianist. You can listen to anybody you want. Just, it wouldn't even bother me if I died tomorrow. It wouldn't even bother me if all my piano videos were just deleted from YouTube. I really don't care about piano performing. I don't care about it anymore. It's just not an interest to me anymore. But what does interest me is teaching. So I'm going to also use the energy that I save from making these YouTube videos that never get any views anymore. I'm going to save that energy to improving and spending more time on the well-rounded pianist, because I've it's hard to juggle everything, so you have to let something go. So I'm letting my performance go. I'm not a pianist anymore. I retire from performing piano. I'm not a pianist. I'm a teacher, I'm a scholar, and I'm an editor. And so if that upsets you, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry if that upsets you. But if you subscribe to BachScholar so you can listen to ragtime performances and listen to my performances, I'm sorry, but I just can't make videos anymore. I'm retiring from performing. My energies are all going to be on of course, the BachScholar channel will still go, but my emphasis will be on different things. It will not be on piano performance per se. But I will have things that might promote books and such, and I might have performances for that. And I may, from time to time, I'll have a performance for fun or something. But it really has taken too much of my time to expect to upload performances. And I feel like over the past 10 years, I felt sort of like I had to upload performances just to make my viewers happy and my subscribers happy. And I care about my subscribers. I mean, I do. I care about you watching this video, but I can't do everything. I'm 62. I need to retire someday. So if with your help, I can succeed. So what I really want to do is I want to build up BachScholar Publishing. I want to sell more books with your help. And I want to focus on the well-rounded pianist and my teaching. I love my teaching very much, and I love my students very much. So I'm not retiring from piano teaching. Okay, so if you're a student of mine, I'm not retiring from that. I'm just telling you that I feel sort of sorry in a way that I'm telling you this, because I know I built up the BachScholar YouTube channel from 2008. It was always a piano channel, piano performances, and I just can't keep up with this anymore. I just can't keep up with it anymore. I just can't practice enough. I'm too busy with other things. It's not getting me anything. It's a waste of time. My videos aren't getting any views. So if you want to hear pianists play piano music, go listen to other people. But if you want quality books and quality teaching material, and you want to and you want to interact with a teacher and a scholar, then by all means stick with me and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. But I'm just telling you that I've been thinking about this for a few years now, how I've just had to juggle way too much. So I have to let something go. So out of everything I have, let me tell you everything I do. I teach piano privately. I maintain the Well-Rounded Pianist subscription website where I teach there too. So that's my teaching. I love that. I'm not going to give that up. And then I have the YouTube aspect, where YouTube is the whole life of my YouTube channel since 2008. I felt obligated, like uploading performance after performance, because I thought that's what my viewers wanted. And I just can't keep up with that anymore. So I'm dropping the piano performance, and the BachScholar channel is going to move more towards just promoting what I need to do, promoting my books, promoting BachScholar publishing, and talking about things that I want to talk about, like tempo and Bach's music, things you might not care about, but this is what I want to do. I really don't care about ragtime anymore. I don't care about making ragtime videos and making Mozart videos, making Bach preludes and fugue videos. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm retiring. So no more piano videos, except for occasionally if I feel the inspiration. And I hate to bring this bad news to you, but there's also great news, because BachScholar publishing has never been any better. There's over 50 volumes in BachScholar editions. Over 50 volumes. I mean, have your pick. Have your pick. This is what I do. This is what I want to be remembered for. I don't want to be remembered for my piano videos. I could delete every video I've ever made on YouTube, and I don't care. I wouldn't care about that. The only thing I care about is my books, and especially the books that I am most proud of, and the ones that will make you most happy if you purchase. So these books here are, let me tell you the books that I absolutely am the most proud of, and would be this elated if you purchase these. Sonatina Rusticana, my Opus 4. 10 Biblical Portraits, Opus 3. I wrote this when I became a Christian. This has sentimental value. If I died tomorrow, I would want to be remembered from this. If any of all my original compositions I want to be remembered for, it's these. 10 Biblical Portraits. Buy them today and play them. They're great. 4 Medieval Portraits. These are excellent. I also love those so much. Sight Reading in Harmony, the world's leading system of sight reading. Of course, I can't forget about that. My newest publication, Tempo and Duration in the Music of Bach, Uncovering J.S. Bach's Science of Tempo, Symbolism, and Proportion. A nice spiral bound book here. Took me over 30 years to research and write. That book there, Tempo and Duration. This book, if I died tomorrow, I'd only want to be remembered for this book, if one book only. Then, Bach Meets Ragtime. I absolutely adore this book. I love these arrangements so much, and you will too. So this is one of my favorite of all my books. Of all my 50 books, I love Bach Meets Ragtime. And last but not least, 436 four-part chorales. This is the place where you can get the most Bach chorales in any edition here. And also it has its companion volume, 436 two-part chorales. I misplaced it. I have so many books in my room, I couldn't even find it. So those books go together, 436 two and four-part chorales. So this took me a whole year to research and write, and I'm sure you will love this, and it will help you to learn how to play in 4 parts. And so this, I'm especially proud of 436 four-part chorales. So those books that I just showed you here are the books that I am most proud. And if I were to go away if I were to expire tomorrow for some crazy reason, these are the books I would want to be remembered for. And if I were to expire tomorrow, I could very well just delete every single piano video I've made on my BachScholar YouTube channel, delete all those, and I wouldn't even care. My piano playing is worthless. I really don't care about it. I care more about my teaching, and I care more about my books. That's what I care about, and the well-rounded pianist. So it's teaching, it's books, and the well-rounded pianist. No more performances, except for occasionally if I feel inspired. So I know I'm repeating myself, I keep repeating myself, but hey, I don't know. I just feel like repeating myself today. So thank you for joining me in this video, and I really hope that you will support me. If you want, if you care about me and care about BachScholar and want my company to go somewhere, please support me. Buy my books. Wait for the sale and just buy my books galore. Oh, also I'm changing a lot of the covers. The art, a lot of the covers are changing sort of a little bit slightly. So it'll have a slightly new look. So all BachScholar books will have a slightly new look as well. So I'm looking forward to the future. And I'm sorry I had to break this bad news to you that I am basically retiring from piano performance. I am not a pianist. Listen to other pianists. I don't care about my piano playing anymore. It's really not important to me. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.